Hi everyone, welcome to Mondays with Yana and Diego, where we will practice some English. I picked the topic for today.
Very interesting topic, by the way.
Yes,
What is it?
go ahead.
I think you said something about Mexican breakfasts.
That's it.
And why did you pick that topic, Yana?
Well, because it's so surprising. It was one of the most surprising things, or one of many, but one of the most surprising things for me when I moved to Mexico in many, many senses. First of all, it's surprising that you can call a friend on Sunday 1 p.m. and you ask him, what are you doing? And then the answer is, I'm having a breakfast. It's already a lunchtime in my country. Traditionally, my grandmothers and, well, I believe some grandmothers that live nowadays, they have lunch at 12 at noon. And here it's barely breakfast. Why would that be, Diego?
Well, I guess, on the weekend people can get up late, very late. And
Yes.
then, as you know, many Mexican breakfasts are very elaborate. You can have eggs and bread and beans and many more things. So I guess we're used to that. It's not something that you only have early in the morning.
But eggs, well, that's a fast thing, honestly. The other things take more time. The second thing that I was shocked, for example, when we started going out and you started taking me out to eat, there's a menu for breakfast and you can get a steak for breakfast, no? To me, that's lunch material.
Well, that's true. Why don't you explain to our viewers what is a typical Slovenian breakfast?
Well, I grew up with the idea in those old times, some years ago, that, for example, kids have either tea or milk or cocoa, no, and a bread, for example, a bread with butter and marmalade, or a bread with pate, or bread with ham, or something like this, and that's our breakfast. No, that I would have to say was my typical breakfast, or bread with butter and honey also. And then you come here and there's this enormous breakfast. I was really surprised.
So, what is a typical Mexican breakfast to you?
I think there are many because when you go to the restaurants, I'll never forget when we went to Oaxaca. There's a place called Alex Cafe and they have 36 breakfast menus. And amongst them there's one that includes beer.
Well, yeah, that was uncommon.
Yes. But I think normally when you go to a restaurant, they offer you a juice. That would be typically, it would be orange juice or it's carrot juice or what else is there? Those two are
Sometimes
typical, no?
those are typical. Sometimes they offer you a green juice,
Uh-huh.
which is
What are the
actually,
ingredients?
I think it's
Nopales?
nopales, which is cactus.
Uh-huh.
We eat cactus in Mexico. Cactus with nopales, with I believe celery.
Uh-huh.
I think sometimes they put orange juice too.
I think so
also.
too. Uh-huh.
And I'm missing. I think coriander or parsley. I
I
believe
think it's
they
parsley.
put a little bit of that. And
Uh-huh. This,
and
and they serve you, then they give you a plate of fruit or a fruit cocktail. Well, normally the most commons are papaya, melon, sometimes strawberries. But if you go to the market and you ask for a fruit cocktail, they give you this enormous plate. Or it's actually a plastic thing of mixed fruit, the one you pick, the one you want. I love guava a lot. I love bananas, strawberries, papaya. Well, everything. I love everything. And then you can pick whipped cream on the top. So it's really no.
yes,
Oh,
I don't like it very much, but it's popular here.
well, I would like it with the whipped cream that I'm used to, not this sorry plastic whipped cream.
I agree with you. So, what's your favorite breakfast?
Here in Mexico,
Yeah.
the one that you make chilaquiles a la chila.
So, what are chilaquiles?
Oh, please you explain. You're better at it.
Chilaquiles are basically how you make them. They're basically fried tortillas with tomato sauce on top, but you basically fry the tortillas you cut the tortillas in the form of like nachos, and then you fry them, and once they're fried, you add some tomato that you put in the blender, and ground it there, and then you add the tomato mixed with a little bit of water, um, and then you add the spices, which basically are just salt and garlic salt, I believe. And then in the end, when it's all cooked, you add on top cream and
Tons of it.
cheese. Yes, you love that. Cream, cheese, and diced, very finely diced onions.
And lately I'm addicted to a different thing.
Oh, sometimes you can add chicken to it, remember?
Yes, but
Shredded
I
chicken.
prefer without.
Or an egg.
My favorite is the basic recipe.
I like more complicated, elaborate, and exotic ones. What were you going to say?
That lately I'm addicted to something else here. To a toasted bread with avocado and a slice of yellow cheese.
Yes, avocados are very, very popular in Mexico, and you, I believe, didn't ever eat avocados in Slovenia, did you?
No,
Did you have it for the first time in Mexico?
exactly.
Do you remember when?
No.
Not really. But
Oh,
you
I
really
do,
like it
I
now.
do, yeah, I do believe, I do remember. A friend, I was invited to a house of a friend of mine, and they ate, I think, a soup. Maybe it was a chicken soup or something, and they sliced avocado, and we just ate it with the
Yana,
soup.
Yana loves avocados so much, and we happened to find a cheap stand where they sell avocados because right now they're actually expensive, also in Mexico, and therefore we buy, believe it or not, 2 kilos of avocados for 2 people.
So
Yes.
for a week,
Yeah.
for a whole week. So if you see me turning green, that's because of avocado,
The good thing is that they say it's very healthy,
and it's
very
delicious.
healthy. It's delicious. You can combine it in many different ways, and I will give you my mother's personal avocado dip, let's call it, which I have never seen before, and she used to make this for us a lot. And basically, what you do is that you put in a blender, you put coriander, a little bit of coriander, you put some milk. Here, carnation milk from a can would be better because it's thicker. Some carnation milk, I don't know how much, maybe um, half a cup. And coriander, I don't know, just what you can grab, from your with your fingers, and then, or more actually, a little bit more if you like it. And then you add what am I missing? Cheese. Uh,
An avocado.
but no, you don't put that in the blender. In the blender is what I mentioned, the milk, the coriander, and the cheese. Maybe a quarter of cheese. It has to be a white cheese. Here we use one called panela or
In
canasto.
Slovenia, maybe you could use mozzarella.
Mozzarella could be used. In the United States, I'm not sure what cheese they use. And then you put that in the blender. Am I missing something? Oh yes, and onion. A quarter of an onion. You mix this in the blender, and then in a bowl, separately, you put one avocado. Obviously, you take it out of the peeling, and you take out the what they call the bone or the seed, and you smash it with or squash it with a fork, and then the mixture from the blender you add to the avocado, and then you mix it with a fork, and that's it. And you can eat it with nachos. You can eat it with bread, or maybe even some chips that won't break when you put it inside. Absolutely delicious, Yana.
Yes, I know. And there's something else that people here. Well, there are many, many breakfasts, but I would just like to mention another very basic one, and or very common one. And they sell them even on the streets or for people that are running around. They call them here licuado. So what would that be in English?
A licuado, maybe like a kind of a combination of a shake with a smoothie,
Uh-huh.
or
But it's not that as thick as smoothie, no? It's
no. Basically, it's just milk with fruit and sugar. That's what it is.
or well, there are different combinations. My favorite right now is milk with banana and chia, but before it was milk with banana and pineapple.
And what's chia?
Uh, Chia is a seed. I think it grows in Mexico, but right now it's known as a
Food?
a superfood.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I think it's trendy right now worldwide. But I like how it changes consistency. They put here also strawberries to licuado. They put chocolate. They put raw eggs. They put everything to licuados basically, don't they? What's your favorite too? Licuados?
My favorite licuado is nut licuado. You add to the, well, it's actually pecans with raw oats. It's very good. You add the milk, you add the oats, raw oats, you add nuts, and you add some sugar, and then you blend it. Very healthy and very good. And the other one's mamey, which is the typical Mexican fruit. You'd have to Google it to see the images.
But it's something.
Very good.
It's something similar, more or less. Or they have an idea to a melon, but it's just much sweeter and it's more orange, no, stronger orange, right?
I don't think it's similar at all to a melon, but
Well, the shape of it and a little bit. No, I mean it's not like
No.
an apple or.
it's actually more the form of a mango.
Oh, okay, but it's bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger, definitely. Well, Yana, we got a little bit carried away. You know, we were talking about
And
breakfast.
we haven't even mentioned half of them.
We
Maybe
have
there will be part 2 one day.
maybe so.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening, guys. You can like us, share our videos, subscribe to hear some more, and tell us, have you ever had a Mexican breakfast?
And what's your favorite one?
And if we motivated you to make a licuado, which flavor will you make? See you here on next Monday with a different topic. Bye.
Bye bye.